Hi, I'm Mike, and today is a big day on the ranch. Today we reopened the farm store for 2020, and I'm very happy to have you along as we take a look at how the store did last year, plans for the future, and how the store helps support the ranch. Could a farm store be on your list of income sources for your farm? Find out today on our Wyoming Life. Welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, or maybe this is your very first video, I'm glad you're here. 2020 is going to be a year of growth, new things, and experimentation here on the ranch. But it's really nothing new, as ranching and farming has and will continue to be about learning how to adapt to changes in the industry, technology, government regulation, and of course, consumer behavior. Please subscribe as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. Last year, Erin had an idea that was revolutionary in our area. For almost 10 years, she had been going to farmers markets, washing vegetables, baking, and packing a truckload of goods once per week to take to town and sell during a small window on Saturday mornings. That market lasted 14 weeks in the summer and in the fall. In winter, it was only once per month for another 8 markets for a total of 22 selling days per year. Those 22 days took 2 days each to prepare for, to wash vegetables, to bake, and to package all the goods, totaling 66 days that were completely dedicated to farmers market, and only 22 in which you could expect income. That income depended directly on weather, of course, and the number of customers that could come to the market. The Saturday of the market could fall on the same day another event was happening, and that could severely affect your income for the day by slowing down customer traffic.
The biggest struggle when going to farmers market was that we were very committed to working every single Saturday morning, and our whole week and our whole lives revolved around working Saturday morning. And so there was very little flexibility in what our routine had to look like every week in order to make it to market on Saturday. And after a long time of doing that, many years, it just became very, very draining. And I really wanted to have our weekends back for our children, because before we know it, they're gonna leave us and go to college.
Farmers Market has always been a wonderful opportunity to grow our business, to offer products directly from the farm to the consumer. And through that, we've been able to grow a dedicated customer base. Eventually, we began to feel that we were kind of outgrowing the market. So the idea was born to build a farm store directly on the ranch, to offer all of our products from fresh produce to beef to pork to eggs to baked goods and canned items directly to the customer in a more accessible and more convenient fashion. Erin let the folks at Farmers Market know that she was leaving market. Some took it good, some not so well.
Initially, upon telling everybody that I was leaving Farmers Market and that I was leaving the board, the initial feedback was pretty positive. Since then, it is not necessarily as positive in all reality. I know that I contributed a lot to market, and being the largest produce vendor, I think that you can tell that I'm not at market anymore. And that's just coming from feedback mainly from my customers, from what they're lacking and what they're wanting to have at market that's no longer there.
Construction began almost immediately on the farm store. A small 12 by 24 foot building that would house what Erin hoped would become a new way to get her products directly from the farm to the consumer was put in place.
When we were building the store, I was thinking the whole time that we're crazy, right? That I can't give up this thing that I've been doing for 9 years that I know works. It was just very scary and just very unknown what was going to happen. And it was a very short period of time that we were building the store, but it seemed to take forever, and it seemed like we were never going to get open, and I was trying to take care of the gardens, and it was just very stressful. But now that we have it, it's great.
The farm store opened in July of 2019, and customers began to flow through. Comparing it to farmers market was always hard to do. The concept was completely different. Instead of opening for business only 22 days per year, now Erin had an outlet that was available to customers over 150 days each year.
So hours for the farm store are a complicated thing, because in reality I would love to be open more, but we don't have an employee and it's just me, and I have like 7 other jobs. So Mondays during the summer season, we do a weekly produce basket for Edible Prairie Project, the nonprofit, and so I'm very committed on Mondays. Mondays are also the day that I spend washing produce and stuff for the farm store too. So Mondays just in reality wasn't gonna work, and I wanted to have weekends off. So that leaves Tuesday through Friday, and I just have other stuff to do, especially in the summertime. I spend a lot of my mornings in the gardens, in the high tunnels, working and weeding and tending to crops and planting. And so we just can't be open 7 days a week.
And it seemed that customers loved the convenience, rolling in throughout the day for eggs, meat, and produce, all grown right here on the ranch. But it wasn't until the end of 2019 when Erin could really look back and decide if it was all worth it. So the big question everybody wants to know, how did 2019 turn out for the farm store?
Our sales were very comparable in 2019 as to what they would have been typically in a summer farmer's market season. So for that, I'm really happy. The biggest area of improvement that I can see in sales is our winter sales. Now being open throughout the month instead of once a month at a winter farmer's market, our wintertime sales have increased dramatically. Drastically? Dramatically? Should I say that again?
After a short break, it's time to continue the farm store on the ranch. Erin decided long ago that today would be the day that she would have her 2020 grand opening. Rain or shine, blizzard or not, it was going to be the day that she reopened the store and started a brand new season. With vegetables in short supply, she's going to have to rely on meat sales and other sources of income for a little while.
I've got onions. Look how great those look. Yeah, so we still have obviously some onions left over from summer season, and they're doing really well in storage, so I will have those for quite a while still. And we have stuff started, so we've got stuff down in the basement. We've got seedlings started that will move to the grow room here before too long, and then eventually into the high tunnel. As soon as the snow melts just a tiny bit and I can find the garden hose again, then we can start direct seeding our spinach and our radishes, and we should be about 60 days away from our first radish and spinach harvest, depending on how much sunshine we get and how much warm weather we get. But really, in reality, by April, first part of May, we'll have a wide variety of produce available again with all of our spring greens crops that I am planting.
As always, it's a family effort. Girls take over egg production once again, washing, packaging, and transporting eggs from the chickens to the store.
Look at the green eggs. Now we can have green eggs and ham.
Erin's famous carrot cake and caramel rolls are once again filling the shelves. Meat is restocked, and as for me, I'm out plowing the road into the ranch. Overnight, we had around 6 inches of snow, and for a grand opening, that can mean trouble.
You can definitely tell when it's storming out that people are a little intimidated by the drive, but I hear over and over again that once they come out, oh, it was really easy to find and you're not that far from town and it was a really nice drive. So I think our biggest challenge is getting people out here for the first time. And then once they do it a few times, they feel more comfortable with it. And we do try and make it as easy to find as possible with the feather flags. And I mean, luckily for us, we're right on the highway.
But they do come. Maybe not in droves yet. After all, it is February. But as the saying goes, if you build it, they will come.
2020 in the farm store is going to be focused on just gaining more exposure and making sure that more and more people know about us. And I do have a few new crops that we're going to be growing, so that's exciting. And then I'm also planning for our long-term success. So more perennial vegetables and fruit are going in, things like asparagus and strawberries and rhubarbs that won't necessarily be harvested this year, but will add to our long-term diversity of crops that we are growing.
So that's it. The farm store is what? Where am I? It's the new year.
Yes.
And the farm store is now open. I saw a customer come in.
Yeah, we've had a few customers today. So despite the bad weather and the scary roads.
Scary roads. So if, you know, is this the logical next step for, you know, somebody at farmer's market that wants to, you know, work their way up? I mean, or is this like a weird thing that you did?
So I think everybody's local food journey, it can be drastically different. So for us, I think it works because we have more control, and I want to control the final end product and control the supply chain. So for this, for my vision, this gave me that opportunity, right? I can set the hours, I determine the location, I set all the prices, and I'm not responsible to anybody else. So for us, I think it was really the right decision. I think for almost everybody in local food, getting your products into some sort of brick and mortar type store eventually is probably where most local food people will go. So whether that's a restaurant or a small grocery store or some sort of farm store, I think that's what most people eventually end up doing to some extent. Maybe not their entire crop goes into brick and mortar stores, but some of it will.
Very cool. Thank you once again for joining us. We have a whole lot more coming up. We are going to be taking a look at a brand new wheel on the way from Michelin. That should be a lot of fun if they ever get here. Also, if you get a chance, I will be in Tulare, California on February 12th for the World Ag Expo. If you'd like to stop by and visit me there, I'll be at the BCS booth most of the day. That's BCS America and BCS Italy. I'll be there hanging out, and come on by, say hi, and we'll BS for a little bit. But other than that, we're going to hang things up for today. We'll see you again on Friday. Brand new video coming up. You can check out our website, ourwyominglife.com. And of course, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you like what you see. Here's to someday owning your own farm store, right? Or something like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Evolution of sales.
Evolution. Thank you very much. And thanks for being a part of our Wyoming Life.